My name's Ed Curtin. I'm a writer, a former professor, like Graeme. We both had a connection through religious studies teaching. Graeme in the Buddhist area, and mine was in the Christian area. So we had a lot in common. We first met when Graeme published his book, his great book, the 2001 Anthrax Deception, and I reviewed it. And Graeme contacted me right away after the review. And I've been promoting that book ever since, whenever I get a chance. So that's how we first met. And our friendship developed over the years, and it got deeper and deeper, not just about the work that he was doing and the work I was doing, which intersected, but also on a personal level. We became dear friends, and that's how it happened. And I miss him an awful lot now. If I start with his work on the anthrax deception, which I think is a classic book in terms of the methods he used throughout with evidence and reason, and the importance of the anthrax story, which even as the the trade towers and the Pentagon and all of that got discussed more and more through the work, for example, of David Ray Griffin, who was a mutual friend of both of ours, and David's work, of course, is so important. But Graeme's work on the anthrax, which I think proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that 9/11 and the anthrax attacks were linked and were an inside government job coming from elements within the United States government. He was so cautious in how he presented his positions on 9/11 and on many other issues. He was a very careful researcher who never wildly speculated, but who always relied on evidence and reason. And he was just systematically logical to a fault. And when he did speculate, it was always based on evidence, on tremendous amount of evidence, even though he couldn't prove a causal connection in some cases. So he was really a very rigorous, excuse me, evidence-based researcher. I know that he and I shared a similar sense of humor, and we laughed a lot about the absurdities of life, the mystery of existence, of life, and the mystery of death. And in our last conversation, before he departed, he said to me, and I thought I couldn't help laughing. I said, "Graeme, you're one of a kind saying this to me." When we said goodbye, he said, "Well, you'll be joining me soon, Ed." And I had to laugh. I mean, I'm not sick, and I'm not I I don't know what soon means, but it was one of a kind. We both laughed very, very loudly at that. But we talked about all kinds of things that I don't even think I would discuss on a radio program. He leaves behind a profound legacy. The recent ebook that we worked together to publish, we meaning Graeme, myself, and the incredible David Ratcliffe, whose website it appears on, radical.org. all of those articles show how he, over the years, was able to connect the dots between different incidents in history, not just 9/11, not just anthrax, but the assassinations of John Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and many other false flag operations that he took apart so assiduously, again, using evidence and logic in such a beautiful way. I wrote this little poem in, maybe 45 seconds. It just came to me on the morning that Graeme departed, and it's called On the Day of Departure. When you are ready and the day dawns, remember how love wraps you in its arms, and the sweet sound of grace lifts you up, lighter than a feather, and places you on board the silent ship that sails calmly out to sea. Listen to us calling, bon voyage. Let us know when you arrive.
Thank you very much, Ed. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Michael. It's good to be here and to talk to you. Bye.